Hey everybody, this is Jennifer with Giddy Up Hallmark, and if you want to know all about The Way Home Season 4, then keep on watching. Guys, we've got questions. We need answers. And if you are a fan of The Way Home, you are wondering the exact same questions, possibly more questions than I am, which I would love for you to put down in the comments below. So let's start off by saying, let's kind of recap what we know. But before we get started, definitely follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Giddy Up Hallmark. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell. That way you're notified every time that I do upload. All right, so without any further ado, let's talk about the pond, The Way Home. I'm so dramatic. I love this. So in seasons 1 and 2, the Way Home is about, I'm going to try to make this fast. Alice is the daughter of Kat, who is the daughter of Dell. Dell is the grandma, the mother. And Kat and Alice come back to live with Dell, and Alice discovers the pond. She goes back to 99, which was so fun because just having the 90s, I graduated high school in 1999, so I loved the first and second season. All the 90s influences, the music was just so cool. I really enjoyed that. And then they also showed like the 1800s, I believe. Like Kat goes back, like way back, and discovers she's trying to find Jacob, who they think has gone missing and passed away, which is her brother. So Jacob is her brother. Family tree. Okay, so we have Dell and Colton, who had Catherine and Jacob, and then Catherine marries and has Alice. So Alice is the granddaughter. Then you have the neighbor Elliot, who we are so going to get into this season. I cannot wait. We also have Elliot, who you think plays a minor role, but he plays a huge role, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Kat ends up going back to the 1800s to the Landry Farms, which Colton, that's his ancestors. And so all through season 1 and 2, you're on this, you're kind of going through the 90s and then the 1800s, and you're going through all of that. They find Jacob. He's alive. He comes back for safety. And so that's kind of taken up all of that space. Well, then season 3 comes and they go into the 70s, which is so groovy, baby. So groovy. And it's kind of Colton and Dell's love story as teenagers, how they met. So cute. And the girl who plays Dell, well done. Well done. Even the guy who plays Colton, they did such good jobs. So they really focus on the 70s, but they still go back to the 1800s on and off. So that never really goes away. But at the beginning of season 3, they show a boy and girl, like 2 teenagers, leaving a baby and then jumping in the pond.
I want to know who the baby is.
I think that might be Elliot. I'm just now putting this together. Oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about, but we don't know why. So we got to figure that out. So that's one. So number 2, there's 2 characters, Sam and Casey, who kind of come into season 3, and they do realize that Casey is a time traveler, but she's wearing Alice's ring, which I believe was Catherine or Kat's wedding ring around her neck. So it makes you believe that's her daughter, but then they kind of disprove that, or say that it's not, but it makes you wonder who that is. And then at the very end of season 3, it shows Sam, who has become Dell's boyfriend. He knows about the pond. So we've got that. We've got that. So we've got, who is Casey? Is she a Landry? Is she in the who is she? Who is Sam? He's somebody now. The biggest thing we've got to find out is Elliot. We're really going to dive into who Elliot is. And he's had such a big part of this because he kept notes and books on Alice's adventures. And so he knows all of this stuff, but something big is going to happen, and I can feel it. and it kind of shows that on the commercial. So that's really exciting. Number 3, what happens with Jacob? He's not happy really where he is. He's not happy being in this time, like in the 2000s. He's just, you could just tell he's not happy. So is he going to go back and stay, or is he going to finally learn to live a life with Catherine, with his mom Dell? Will he be able to live that life? I'm curious. I still wonder, number 4 or 5, am I on number 4 or 5? I'll have it down below. I'll have it pop up. But the next thing I want to know is the story behind the horse. There's something there. You remember Dell gets this horse and it's Sam's, and we've already learned that animals can time travel because the dog could time travel. So like there's something about the horse. I just feel like there's something about Colton, and that's just, it's not done yet. His story is not done, and I could be just blowing smoke out my mouth. Like I could just be making up stuff, but I don't know. There's still so much more about Colton. And then that leads me to the horse. All right, so the next thing that is going to be pretty big is that they're going to be traveling to the 1920s. Hello, Kat, in that awesome, like, get up. She looks so cool going back to the 20s. So I am so excited about that. And apparently we will find out more about Elliot's mother, possibly, and beyond. Cannot wait. So the 1920s. And then the last thing that I think is really cool, first of all, I'm kind of sad the show is ending. I was so not a fan. It took me 3 tries to actually finally watch it and like it. So now I'm like hooked. I am hooked into this. And I think that there's a sadness when a show ends. Let me put that pen down. I think there's a sadness when a show ends, but then there's also, it's time to end. They can only go through so much, and it's almost becoming like, wait, what? So I can see where it's ending, and so I think that they're ending it really well. It shows Alice in her graduation gown, and that's just like an end of an era, and I just think it's beautiful, and I cannot wait to see what she does with her life, if they even show that. And I just think that that's going to be something that'll be really, really special in bringing the way home. See what I did there? You see what I did there? Crazy, I know. I am super excited about The Way Home premiering tonight. This is like, I'm recording, it's 11:29 a.m. on April the 19th. It's premiering tonight. I cannot wait. I'm actually going to work the rest of the day to get this video out before. That's probably why I made it so quick. But I'm going to try to have this video out today. That way we can all watch it tonight and start to see everything unravel, which of course it won't all happen tonight in tonight's episode. It's going to take some episodes, but I am super excited about The Way Home. I would love to know how you feel. Are there any questions that you have that I totally like spaced out on? Let me know in the comments, and we can all watch together, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Giddy up. Giddy up.